An AI tool that accurately identifies lameness in dairy cows is now being offered to dairy farmers through a standalone company called Omni. Behind this development lies much collaborative research and multi-party cooperation. It was initially developed by software company Iris Data Science, who engaged a number of vets around New Zealand, as well as running farm trials at Pāmu Dairy Farm, Lansdowne.
Lansdowne's a 262 hectare dairy operation. That's effective hectares. And we milk around 660 cows, wintering about 680. We're a spring calving operation.
I noticed that this is quite a steep race.
Pāmu's really keen on looking at new technology and how we can integrate that into our farms. And this was an ideal opportunity to help develop something that would be helpful in one of our major issues, which is lameness on dairy farms. Apart from mastitis, lameness is probably the biggest issue that we have from a veterinary point of view, for an animal health point of view. Yeah, I think this is the ideal place for it. We haven't really got anywhere else on farm. We identify them at the end of milking as they come out of the rotary shed. They wander past the camera sends the information back to Omni, and within 6 hours we get an indication of what animals are lame. We can then select those out with our automatic drafting gate at the next milking. We can probably save $200 or $300 every lame case almost. Just having a cow out for 5 or 6 days being lame, if not longer. We're not collecting their milk, the cost of treatment, the cost of getting vets out. Every time you get a vet out, it's a couple of $100. And people tend to not do that. If it's only a single lame cow, you'll do the work yourself. And this means that we can get onto it a lot quicker.
Have you done many lame cows at Matt's place lately? There's 3 main factors that have caused the cows to become lame. You've got environmental factors, so what the tracks are like, how well they've been formed, how well they've been maintained, what the weather conditions are doing. Then you've got the cow factors, so post-calving we get issues with lameness because there's some effects on the cow's foot from what happens at calving with hormones. And then you've got, how well the cow's feet are formed. If there's got conformational defects, that will increase the chance of her going lame. Then, how thin her soles are. If she's doing a lot of walking, the soles will be thinner. And then you've got the management or human factors, so how people bringing the cows into the shed each day, how they're using the backing gate in the shed. Are they pushing them up or are they letting them flow through? So they're the sort of 3 main factors. Clutha Vets played, I would say, a reasonably minor role in the project, but Greg contacted me back in October, I think it was October 2020, and wanted some help with developing the Omni system, and basically had a team of computer technicians who knew nothing about lameness, and so we did some training with them around what lameness was and what caused it and how you treated it, so they had sort of understanding. And then in terms of validating the artificial intelligence, we have been scoring videos which then allow them to see that the system is working properly.
Dairy NZ has a really simple locomotion scoring system that goes from 0 to 3, and basically 0 means a cow that is walking normally, and there's a few different points that we look at when we're scoring a cow. So there's 5 main things that they get us to focus on. First one being walking speed, and we've got the stride, the way the cow bears weight, and the back line and how it moves its head. So we're basically, when we're assessing how lame or not lame a cow is, we're looking at the whole cow as a whole and focusing on a few different things that we know tell us about how lame she might be. The beauty of the Dairy NZ lameness scoring system is that each score has a specific action attached to it for the farmer. So a Dairy NZ lameness score 2 means that directs the farmer to draft that cow out and treat it within 48 hours. So at the beginning, Omni sent us a bunch of videos of the cows walking out of the cow shed, and our role was to score them as we would if we were out doing a lameness scoring job on that farm. And the way that information was used was to start teaching their technology how to do what we're doing, and how to score as if it was us doing it. It's just usually a clip between 5 and 10 seconds long of a cow walking out of the cow shed. So this is footage from the Omni-Eye camera. So watch the video of the cow walking past, walking out of the cow shed, happy with how she's moving, so she's a 0, and that gets sent through to Omni-Eye. The real advantage that we can see with the Omni-Eye system is that it's looking at every single cow walking past every single day. So it's going to pick up lameness as soon as it occurs, and its brain's not going to get tired. It's not worried about being up since 4 o'clock calving cows that morning. It's going to reliably be there every day.
Iris has been going for around about 10 years now. As far as lameness in cattle goes, we have to thank the first national lockdown for that. It was a time when people were at home and they were answering the phone. So myself and my co-founder, Benoit Auvray, we spent most of the lockdown ringing up people. I think it would be hundreds of people, everyone we could think of, from farmers to industry people, people from MPI, and we asked them, what would you do if you had a smart camera and you put it on farm? The clear winner was to do locomotion in dairy cows. We had to start from scratch. So we had to figure out how to collect and manage the video, how to get it off the farm and into the cloud. Once we have the video, we even had to teach it what is a cow. So detect the cow and then track it as it's moving down a race such as this one. And then we had to identify it, and then we actually had to score it. And as you can imagine, there's a whole lot of different algorithms, mathematical analyses and machine learning models to make that all happen. Omni-Eye currently is probably out of the main R&D phase when it comes to the locomotion camera. So we're on a total of 10 Pāmu farms, and across the country, both North and South Islands are on 35 farms. I think that number's just going to increase over time. There's a possibility it may go overseas within the next 2 years. Clutha Vets and Neil Chesterton and some of the others in the pool, they've scored over 20,000 videos now, and that's what's used to train, the model. So if it wasn't for the vets and the technicians and the other stock people doing that, we wouldn't have Omni-Eye today.